know it's us. We don't need no introduction. It's just us. We don't need no one for nothing.
Hello.
Welcome back to episode 6 of No Introduction.
Holy shit, we got through it without an interruption.
I know, no Tyler, no interruption.
Yep. Why is Ty? He said he's sick or something.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, he said he's coming down with something that he can't sit straight up for more than like 3 minutes, but without hacking up a lung or sneezing. So
So he's down with the sickness.
That's one way to
Dude,
put it.
Speaking of
pretty
down with the
sick.
sickness, did you see Raul Rosas dropped out of his fight like when he was supposed to be walking out because he was sick?
No, I didn't. I didn't know. I know you mentioned that he dropped out of it, but I didn't know what the reasoning was behind it.
I guess they were I guess he was sick and they rescheduled for next week. So he's gonna be fighting on the Vegas fight night. But they have to make weight again.
He's gonna make it. He's sick.
Yeah, but his opponent is. Could you imagine pressing that hard? I don't know what he fights at. I know
think
it was
he
a
fights at like
small.
135.
That's
think
what I
he
thought.
fights in the same weight class as Sean.
Because that whole card was, um,
It was
the
small
the
guys.
heaviest was yeah.
It
There
a
was
bunch of small guys.
one light fight, and that was it.
Yeah, next
But
week's the fight night in Vegas is a bunch of big fellas.
who headlines that?
I think Rosenstruck, Jazario Rosenstruck, I believe.
Yeah, that
Sounds
is.
about right.
Yeah, it's him.
But I don't know who the hell he's fighting. I'm looking real quick.
Me.
Um,
He would beat my ass.
he's fighting Shamil Gazveh. Who the hell that is?
That's
can't-
that's the big white dude that looks like a skinhead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big
Okay.
dude. He's got 20 pounds on Jazario Rosenstruck.
Okay, because they're heavies. Yeah.
Yeah. You got a heavy, and then co-main is a light heavy. Vitor Petrino versus Tyson Pedro. And then Alex Perez versus Muhammad Makavev.
Umar's gonna murder it.
And then Umar Nurmagomedov versus
Umar's back. He's a minus like 700 favorite, I think.
however the hell you pronounce that other guy's
It
name.
doesn't matter. Umar's gonna win.
And then we got my guy, Steve Urkeg, the Australian.
Steve Irwin?
Steve Urkeg. He looks like a science teacher. He looks like he would be a science teacher.
Chemistry or like physics?
Looks like he'd be a serial killer.
Serial killer and science teacher kind of go hand in hand.
If you see his eyes look like he kidnaps people and murders them.
It won't. It's not gonna pop up on. Maybe if I dim my phone a little bit, it might.
Oh God, yeah. Where'd you get a science? Yeah, that does kind of look like a high school science
teacher a little
teacher.
bit.
Yeah. Mixed with some Jeffrey Dahmer.
But
yeah.
he's
Lot-
like
lot of different
he's like an extremely Brazilian jiu-jitsu heavy guy.
Check these odds out.
Is it Umar?
Yeah. Can you see?
No.
Minus 1600.
That's what he is going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy
Minus
he's fighting is like
1600.
15-1.
Umar
Under-
hasn't had a close fight though.
Umar hasn't fought is the issue.
Under Box.Almacon. See, he sounds like he could be from a stand too. So
I can tell
where
you
is
where.
he from?
No, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but his last name is not Nurmagomedov.
Honestly, that is minus 1,000 of the reason why. He was originally minus 600, and then they were like, wait a minute. We know that name.
Wait a minute.
Dude, so
Has
I
this guy
told-
not fought in the UFC? He has no listed height or reach.
He's gonna get murdered.
They gave him a dude that is his first fight.
Yikes. Maybe minus 1,600 is fitting. So I told Zeke at work today, but I was listening to Sean and Tim's podcast, and they said that when Khabib beat Connor, that Vladimir Putin gave Khabib a $20 million piece of land.
I
Could
believe
you
it.
imagine?
I believe
Like,
it.
if Khabib wasn't already the baddest motherfucker in the world, then he just has Vladimir Putin just handing him free land.
The guy Umar's fighting, it's his first fight in the UFC.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see
He's
Michael
from
Page.
Kazakhstan.
You got to fight a guy that has Habib in his corner.
He's from Kazakhstan. They probably know each other. They're probably on the front lines together when they were 14. Walking back to the village with the they were each
What kinda-
holding each other's buckets up on their heads.
What a really shitty first fight in the UFC to get, though.
Yeah, see, but he's missing two things: the last name and the chin beard. He doesn't got that either.
No.
So
No, he doesn't.
Dude, I'm all for feeding the fucking standees to the standees because they're probably the only motherfuckers that can beat each other. Nobody's gonna take Islam down. Nobody's probably gonna beat Khamzat. So they just have to start.
Hamzat,
I mean,
he
Hamzat's
seems way
different.
more beatable than Habib was.
oh
or
yeah,
Umar and Islam.
He just fights way different.
Gaethje almost beat Khabib.
Gaethje's coming for Islam. I'm telling you right now.
I would. Can you imagine if
Was he the one that
would've
had
beat
Habib in the guillotine?
Yeah.
And then he said after the fight, he said, "You, it's like you really thought you were gonna choke me out in front of my dad."
Yeah, that was Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's fair.
Yeah.
He's like Habib was here. His mind was set. He was going to die.
He was beating him up too, though. Like Justin Gaethje was actually like
I
hammering
mean,
him.
Gaethje's solid.
Gaethje's my guy.
Best in highlight Gaethje, man. I think he might get the belt.
It's gonna be a tough. Brendan, are you there? There's no way we lost Brendan.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
he's alive.
We got it. We're
Oh
back.
yeah. I just froze up for a second.
Okay. But how about you tell the fans about what happened today at work? That you might have to have a name change.
Oh yeah. Man. The champ, Sugar Sean O'Malley, the man himself. He was streaming on Twitch and he shouted me out by the name Brendan Scaryberry. So I'm having an official name change. Should be in soon.
Flip it. Clip
Yep.
it. It's changing the damn name.
Yep.
Would you gift him or something like that?
No, he has I don't know.
Was it just like did you write in the chat with a highlight?
I don't remember. Oh, it was my sub renewed. That's what it was.
Oh,
Because it was the first stream that I'd gotten back on for a while, and so it just renewed my sub auto. That's what it was.
fair enough.
He's
I
playing
I didn't know
Warzone.
Rebirth was back. Yeah, I didn't know Rebirth was back until I saw that.
Yeah, they brought that back, and they were bringing something else back too. I can't remember what it was.
Resurgence, I heard.
Well, that's Rebirth. But
There's another, yeah.
there's another map. But yeah, they're bringing it back to Warzone. I've heard.
Verdansk.
Unfortunately, it's not Verdansk. That'd been sweet.
I stopped playing since they took that shit out.
They're
When they
bringing
took
back
Rebirth
Rust.
out, I stopped playing.
They're bringing back Rust, and that's gonna be the entire map.
Rust is back.
Oh god.
Rust is back. Could you imagine if they did Battle Royale on Rust? They did Rebirth Rust, and it's just 6 Rusts together.
Do you think
Just
that they could
continually.
just like mold together like all of the old maps into one giant map for Warzone?
They should.
But
Nice.
I don't know why.
It's literally just Fortnite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
why not?
I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
Could you imagine going from Terminal to
Skid
Rust?
Row. Oh man.
Airport?
Zeke, what were some of the questions you had that you wanted to fire away?
All right. How deep you want to get off the bat here? You know what? This wasn't original idea here. I was listening to another podcast. I'm going to shout out that other podcast because it was an idea I took from them. The podcast is called Sergio Talks. They kind of do the questions things from the fans themselves, and they talk more relationships type shit. But I'm gonna do a little teeter totter off of it, and we're just gonna do like little questions about life. All right, not necessarily relationships. I mean, we can if we want. We'll see where the tide takes us. But the first question I have is: you have 3 days. Each day you have one dinner. You can pick anyone dead or alive. Who would you take on each dinner and why?
I get 3 dinners.
You get 3 dinners,
So 3 dinners, 3 people.
3 dinners, 3 people, and 3 days. Dead or alive, who are you picking and why?
Does Jesus? Oh yeah, I'm going Jesus. Gotta have Jesus. I mean, that's I feel like an obvious one.
But why?
Agreed.
Why? I mean,
Yeah. What's the reasoning behind that? Like what would you ask him if at that dinner?
What my purpose is.
I mean, what wouldn't you ask Jesus? I guess there's, I mean, a million things. I guess just
If you had to pick one thing off the top of your head here that you would want to ask Jesus.
I kind of just give him a rundown of how I'm living life and just, is that?
He sees how you're living.
I mean, yeah, he does. He does, but talking to him though, you gotta let him know. I don't know. I just ask
Yeah.
him like straight up, like, well, I don't know his opinion. You know what I mean? Because what do you think? Am I doing this thing right? Well, what's your honest thought about me, kind of thing. But yeah, just
What
I
would you
don't know,
do if
sit
he
down
says
and
you're a piece of shit?
then I gotta fix something.
We gotta
So,
look
buddy,
in the mirror.
Buddy, I've got a one-way ticket to hell for you, buddy.
That's definitely a valid first guest. Who else you got?
Another person.
Oof, these are the hard hitters right here, fans.
It is hard. I mean,
There's so many good people out there to talk to just about just getting advice for life, or maybe it's a loved one that you would want to go back and talk to or something like that. But it's definitely tough to just narrow it down to 3.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of like past world leaders that could be cool to talk to.
Like what? Like which ones? Because there's a few that I wouldn't want to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Colin?
Are you reincarnating Adolf, Jay? No?
No. Ooh, this is tough. I'm thinking I feel like I'm thinking way too deep into this.
See, I got to 2, and then that third one, I got where Jay's at, and then I have yet to figure out the third one. I got the 2 pretty easy.
I'm on the same. I can't really. Yeah, like Jesus, of course, would be sweet. I would just like to figure out. See, I don't know, because then if I ask like what my purpose is, like what I was put here to do, then that takes away from the figuring out of it.
But then,
Yeah.
But then again, who says he's actually gonna tell you your purpose?
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's not in his light to just give you the answer. It's more of a
Just kind of
Kinda
guide you in the right
push-
direction.
push you in the direction of trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Do you boys want me to list off my 2 to
We just go one at a time.
Yeah.
The first guest that I would have is my grandpa that passed away a couple years back, just solely because I would do my grandpa prior to Alzheimer's, just solely because it happened so fast that there wasn't a whole lot of time to actually have like talks about life and his opinions on things before he started to lose his brain. And it would be nice to just be able to like, hey, what's your opinion on this? Or because me and my grandpa were really close and everything just happened so fast and it was just didn't have that opportunity to really deep dive into his brain before it went bad. And then my second one, which I got to pretty quickly, was my shout out from last episode, Matthew McConaughey, just because I've read his book, I've watched a couple of like interviews with him and podcasts with him, and I just really like the way he thinks, and I would really like to pick his brain on just certain aspects of life that he didn't necessarily write about in his book. Who's am I getting?
I think he froze. Yeah.
Brandon. Have you come up with a second one yet?
I mean, I gotta go Thomas the Goat Brady.
Okay, that's a good one.
You know, as being a Michigan fan, I hope this.
And it'll be all right.
You know, as being a Michigan fan, and on top of that, just I mean, all the stuff he overcame. You know, being such a late round pick, over just and then becoming one of the
Tom
greatest
Brady.
quarterbacks ever. Yeah, you can
I
mean
fucking knew it.
dude was one of the greatest leaders of all time in sports history.
Yeah, and he just 2 days ago said, "Yeah, my wife was cheating on me for years with her jujitsu trainer."
I just read an article. I just saw an article on social
Does
media
that-
about that.
That's what I'm saying. He overcomes everything, dude.
I mean, it's definitely it would definitely be a value interview or sit down dinner to have, just because he's been through so much, he's seen so much, he's a smart guy, he's overcome something.
Just the way he leads too. Just I don't know, pick his brain about how he leads and stuff like that. Become a better leader myself. I feel like it's one of the biggest things too when talking to Tom. And just, I mean, at the age he's at, his body is still just in peak performance, dude. This dude doesn't age. So I mean, it's him and LeBron are freaks,
Anybody having a sit down conversation with LeBron? Brendan?
Hell no.
No? All right.
If I do, I'll ask him about his fucking factories in China, that worthless piece of shit. It's the truth, dude. He's got caught out for that shit so many times, and he just gets a pass just because he's LeBron James. I don't have no love for LeBron. He's
All
a
right,
piece of
Ben.
shit.
Who's your second dinner?
I have one, but I don't want to say it. You guys know exactly
I don't.
exactly who it is.
Are you taking
Um,
Sugar Sean O'Malley to dinner?
no.
Oh,
He was a past president.
what? What did you say?
My second one would be a past
Joe
president.
Biden.
You taking good old Biden?
Whoa, dude.
No, I say past president,
Barack Obama.
not Sleepy Joe.
The
and
Don?
not-
Barack Obama?
He said the Don.
JFK? You're gonna pick
So
one?
I did think about Barack as one of mine. Come on, dude, one of the greatest speakers of all time.
I don't know. I don't know who my third would be.
But third though,
The third one's where it gets tough for me because it just depends on like which lane I would want to take it. Like, would I want to go back to like an old world leader or a motivational speaker or a high profile athlete that's done a lot either in the sport and out of the sport? Or would I go back and talk to another family member? That's where it all gets a little fuzzy for me.
My third's Mike Stud.
just Mike.
Why?
Because I feel like being able to have like a one-on-one with somebody that's that stoic would be helpful to kind of like, I mean, you can hear the stuff that he says like on his pods and stuff like that and his videos, but it doesn't, it obviously it resonates, but it's not personal. So like if I was able to have a talk with a guy like that is so in touch with all of that, that would probably kind of help.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I agree. That's a fair. Yeah, because he's like really, really in touch with his spirituality,
yeah,
and it'd be nice to pick his brain about some of the stuff that he doesn't necessarily talk about on the podcasts and stuff. Because I would imagine that, I mean, he talks about a lot, but I would imagine he keeps some stuff to himself and his inner circle. Um,
somebody's got to say Tupac so we can figure out if he's fucking dead or not.
I read a report on that. He's not.
I did too, and I got failed.
I
My
didn't.
our English teacher, our freshman year, she was going through a freaking divorce, and she didn't like me.
It was
My
actually
paper was not bad, and she
it was my
failed me.
research. My junior research paper was actually on that.
I wrote a paper on that freshman year about like influential. It was something. I remember because I was pissed because English has always been like the one. No matter how bad I was at everything else, I'm not like I'm really good at writing papers and shit.
Mhm.
And she failed me and gave me a shit grade and half-ass graded it, and I was pissed. And I'm like, bitch, just because you're getting a divorce and you don't like me. She was all salty all the time, and then I heard she got a divorce, and I mean, I was a kid, so I was being a dick in class, but I probably deserved to get failed. But
Wait, speaking of papers, a little sidetrack. Passed my two finals for my master's this past week, and
she posted them.
yeah, I got a 95 on the second paper. So down to only 4 classes left.
Hell yeah.
Should be done by probably about July or so.
What we like to see. That's what we like to see.
God, I can't wait. Boys, I don't think I'm gonna either go back and get any other degree unless someone else is paying for it, or they want me to get something else. But on my own fair accord, I'm not going back to school again.
I would never ever go back to school. I might end up getting my my like notary license through Coughlin.
I mean, it's a valuable thing to have,
'Cause they pay for it too. So
especially if you want to stay in that space.
yeah.
Because man, I would bug you every day, every day, because I need shit notarized constantly. But you know what? I
You
think
just literally stamp something.
you stamp it, put the date on it, and sign. That's pretty much it. But I think my third is going to be Kobe Bryant. And the reason why is because solely on the fact of his mentality. And
The mama mentality.
I would love to get a deeper understanding of how to just understand his brain and how it worked. And I mean, it wasn't just sports, man. Once he retired, he was so successful afterwards too. And plus he was a great father to his kids. So it'd be really cool to just be able to get some tips and tricks about life from someone that was successful on and off the court.
I'll go another athlete here. I'm gonna throw it back to a Yankee legend.
Not Babe
Um,
Ruth.
I'm not.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going Lou Gehrig.
Ooh.
Just obviously making pro in any sport is always gives you, a reason to talk to. But on top of that, just Lou Gehrig himself battling, Lou Gehrig disease, ASL. Or AL, that's my bad. But just, something like that, just battling that as well, going through sports, having to get up sports when you're such at like a peak level that he was. So I think Lou Gehrig would definitely be a interesting person to talk to and give you a lot of information to take off to better yourself as a person.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna go on to this next question here. What is the most important thing that you learned through the hardest times of your life?
I would say stay true to yourself, no matter what. Like even if changing yourself does benefit you or whatever it is, if it doesn't fit, your morals and your standards and the way you think, don't change. Like, it may benefit you to, maybe change the way you think or do this or do that to fit in, or, maybe you get to a position that, does well, pays well, but if it's just not you, doesn't fit you, um, don't do it, because at the end of the day, it's just gonna, yeah, you might be doing well, but mentally it's gonna, bring you down just because it's not who you are. So, or opposite too, if you're doing, just doing bad and you think, you want to change or something like that, just stay true to who you are. And at the end of the day, everything's going to work out. Just stay on path.
So be true to your authentic self.
Yep.
I like it. I like it a lot. Brendan, what you got? Brendan. Brendan. All right.
You're up.
Best. The thing I learned the most through the hardest times in my life is probably that time heals all wounds. That, I mean, it's so cliche to say that, but not everything happens in an instant, even though we all want it to. Sometimes good things you have to wait on, and healing from certain traumas is definitely something that's going to take time, and it's not going to happen overnight. Even with help like therapy or other things like that, it just takes time. And that just comes with just life in general, though. You can't expect to have things handed to you so fast and everything. You have to work hard for it. And yeah, so time heals all wounds is my biggest takeaway from the hard times.
I guess I'm gonna add another one real quick before I let B talk. Um, so the phrase that kind of sticks well with me personally and my family is just love's greater than blood. So kind of just going on with, being true to yourself, just keeping the, people that are true to themselves in your circle. Doesn't really matter how big your circle is. But at the end of the day, just who's in your circle. So, and with that meaning, I guess going back, love's greater than blood, just saying that like, not, dissing family, but just family can be more than just blood. Essentially, just who you love is more important than what blood is.
Sometimes blood can be a little toxic.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean. And when little comment I want to make on when you say it doesn't matter how many people are in that circle, sometimes quality is better over quantity. Um, my inner circle is like 4 or 5 people deep, and I love them all like brothers. And honestly, that's about all I need, because each and every single one of them have their qualities that I can go to when I need. And some people are better at certain things, and some are better at other things. So I just think I got blessed with a really nice, well-rounded group of dudes to have in my inner circle to go to when shit hits the fan.
For sure, for sure. Mine kind of mine is kind of similar to what Justin was saying. But just the fact of like you gotta have your own back. So one of my biggest thing that I always preach to like everybody, like my friends, family, and just people that have worked for me, worked with me, um, is to just do what is best for you at the end of the day. Like nobody, you know, when I leave work at the end of every week, I'm the one that's getting that paycheck. I'm the one that's paying my bills. I'm the one that's putting food on my table. So I don't give a shit what this dude says. Like, he's not the one paying my bills. So that's helped me a lot. Like, just stop caring about what other people think, because unless their opinion is gonna somehow make me rich, then I don't give a shit.
I agree. Big facts. I can agree with that for sure. Um, Going to the next question here. Who is the one person that you look up to / chase in life?
I don't really have any role models like that. It's I don't know. It's difficult to look up to somebody, because the more you look up to someone and like not idolize people, but the more you're like, I don't it the whole world just feels like it's just all centralized on money. So no matter what, like, even like Mike, for example, like, we all in common look up to the things that he says spiritually and everything like that. And so what does that in turn make us do? We buy his apparel, we buy his merchandise. I have a fucking tattoo on my body that I paid for, of a symbol that he created that I agree with the meaning of. But and I know, like, obviously he's not like a money hungry guy like that where he's like shoving that shit down your throat, but a lot of people are like that. So it's hard to you kind of have to get into the right kind of like niche area to where it's not always like oh, hey, well, if you really support me, then hey, buy this. And just shit like that. So I try to just keep a lot of celebrities and things like that at a distance, just so that way I don't have that always being thrown at me.
See, I got inspiration for that question from a speech that Matthew McConaughey did like 10 years ago at the VMAs, where he talks about there's 3 things in life that he looks forward to every day. It's someone to love, someone to chase, and something to look forward to.
He said that in that book too, I think.
Yeah. And the person that he chases is himself in 10 years. And he came up with that when he was 14 years old. And then he told that to a teacher. And then that same teacher came back to him 10 years later and asked him, "Hey, are you the hero and the person that you have always wanted to be?" And he said, "Not even fucking close. Because now I'm chasing the person that I will be at 35. Because every single day, it's still going to be 10 years away, that person that you want to be." And it's just like, we're all athletes. We all like to compete. We all like to push towards something. And it's like he's always striving to be better in any single way and learning from every lesson that comes along with it. So, in a sense, I'm not saying that my person is myself in 10 years, but that was the inspiration behind the question itself. And I thought his response to that was just honestly almost damn near perfect, because that's a hell of a way to think. And that's a great mindset to have, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's the complete opposite of what you're saying, B. He's not striving to be like anybody. He's just trying to be the best self that he can be and pushing himself to be the man he wants to be in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of gonna, obviously not to that extent that McConaughey has it, but I was gonna say myself as kind of my role model. I'm not trying to be like egotistic or something like that, but just like, obviously I have people that I look up to, and I kind of, take bits and pieces that I like of, of when it comes to sports, like of their game, or when it comes to life, like how they do their life. But I'm not going to idolize them to the point where I want to mirror
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
So the person, like, I obviously, when it comes to life, it's you really at the end of the day. Like, you have people, there to help you and support you, but at the end of the day, it's just you. So I was gonna kind of go with the way my role model is myself, but essentially not to the fact of kind of I said like 10 years from now. But I do like that a lot actually. Um, kind of chasing you from 10 years from now. But
You just gotta know for the fact that, hey, you're never gonna end up catching that person in 10 years.
no.
So it's basically saying you're gonna die trying, but you're gonna die trying to be the best man that you can be at the end of the day. And off of what Jay is saying, having a role model isn't necessarily idolize like making your life exactly like theirs. Like you can take bits and pieces of things they say and goals that they have and the way they attack certain situations. But at the end of the day, you still got to make it your own. Because if it's not your own, it's not true to you. And at the end of the day, you're the only. It's gonna sound super narcissistic and egotistical, but it's your life, and not everybody is. You can only control what you can control, and you can only control your life and your emotions. So, at the end of the day, you gotta look after yourself more than anybody else. I mean, you can love people all you want, but I am a strong believer if you can't love somebody else unless you love yourself.
So
I mean, everything just stems off yourself, like relationships, friendship, anything. Like if you can't support yourself or love yourself or doing that yourself, you're not gonna be able to, support, a friend or a spouse or love a friend or love a spouse or anything like that. So at the end of the day, you gotta take care of yourself before you can take care of anyone else. So, but you gotta do that to a point where you're not being, egotistical. Like, have that find that line, fine boundary of being, not cocky but confident.
And I'm gonna add that make sure you're empathetic towards people because at the end of the day, you don't really know what the hell's going on in their day too. So you gotta take whatever it is in life with a grain of salt when it comes to other people and the way they react to things. Because if you mess up, you mess up. You can learn from it. But if they explode on you at the end of the day, more than likely it's not necessarily probably that situation itself. It's more than likely something else that is just the boil over effect that you just caught the end of it. So have empathy towards people, man. Yeah, it's okay to care about others.
But at the end of the day, if they're being like rude towards you, you don't gotta
I mean, yeah, you gotta have a backbone. Don't let
don't be
people.
no
Fuck
don't be nice to them, but at the same time, just don't be rude back.
Yeah.
3-piece them.
All right. My next question I have wrote down is it can be anything in the world. What is one thing that you want to achieve in life? It can be anything. It could be I want to make the X amount of dollars. I want to climb Mount Everest. I want to do whatever. It can be whatever.
I think my biggest goal and of thing I want to achieve the most, at least for me, based on like my background and everything like that, is just being the like best dad I can be to my future kids. Whether that be kind of setting them up, to have a great future and giving them, a home and stuff like that, and just being the greatest, like supporting them in whatever they do, just being the best way I can possibly be when it comes to being a dad and stuff like that. So, and then I've heard someone say like, you're a good, parent is when your kids want to come back and visit you. Like you don't have to force them to. Like they want to come see you.
Yeah.
Like once they move out and they want to come back and see you is kind of something like. So, but yeah, that's one thing just based on my history and stuff like that. My dad came in my life and he's one of the, best dads you could ask for. So, but always want to strive to be better. So hopefully like I can do, better than what he did. Not saying that he didn't do good, but just you always want to do better than what, the person that's
Take
you
it to
know,
the next
yeah.
level.
So
Yeah.
that's one thing I've always achieved on, since high school is just trying to make it big so that way I can, set myself up to be that best dad possible.
See, when I was making when that question came into my head, that was the exact answer I had in my head when I wrote that down. Is the one thing I want to achieve in life is to have a wife and kids and to be able to be the best dad that I can be. Um, everyone's human. Everyone goes through shit. So, I mean, some days they might look at you as a shitty dad, but at the end of the day, like Justin said, it's just not that my dad was bad, not that my family was bad, parents were bad. Um, but I'm a strong believer that everything can have slight improvements. So I just feel like that's the biggest gift that God can give you is having a child of your own. And that's something that I want to achieve one day, God willing. Um, gotta find the right woman first, but that's besides the point.
That helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going on to I also like probably second, but still pretty even just being, the best husband I can because,
Yeah.
but I guess the Lord,
Absolutely.
I will just say family, but,
Family. Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I just want my biggest thing is just being not financially successful, but just financially like sustainable to the point where my kids are well off, like they don't have to feel like they have to work to do this. My kids aren't like they know how to manage their money. Um, we're able to go out and do things, as a family, do that kind of stuff. But
So, Brendan, with your answer being that, have you heard uh the interview with Shaq about how he handles his kids asking him for money and shit?
mm-mm,
About how he wouldn't even listen to his kids asking him for like money on like a loan for like a business or type shit until after they got like certain amount of degrees in college
good,
and like that they were well educated on their own. It's just they had to like pitch Shaq on the idea before
good.
he would
That's
be
how
able
it needs to
to.
be. Like, and that's what I'm like. That's what I want to be. Is to where like, obviously, I'll never be that loaded, but
I mean, you never know.
yeah, that's true.
no intro's going to go somewhere one day.
Shit. But yeah, to the point where like I'm able to teach financial success, but also teach what it means to get to that point, and that it just doesn't come overnight. You're not gonna get a handout. Like you're
Yeah,
still gonna work for your shit just as much as I did, but well, maybe not as much as I did, but you know,
but I mean, they're gonna have to work and build their connections just as you did and everything else.
exactly. Yeah.
All right, stemming off that one, is there any amount of money in the world that you would take to give up the opportunity to have a child?
No,
No?
no,
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page there. $500 million, Brendan.
no,
Cold hard cash.
no.
$1 billion.
Nope.
All right, cool. We're on the same page here. Um, what is the best advice that you have ever heard or received?
See, I don't really like. I know it sounds corny, but I'm usually the one giving advice, not receiving. Not for any like way like that, but like I
Pause.
don't no, wait. I said giving and getting advice.
I know, but then you said not receiving, but
But not like I just don't I just have always dealt with my own shit and kept it all to myself and never really I honestly I can't tell you the last person or the last time that I asked anyone for advice on anything
I can.
just
But
because I just don't like not that there's anything against it. I just don't I don't operate like that. I'm very good at like giving advice and like helping other people out, but
Yeah. I'm also the same way. I do give a lot of advice, but one that stuck with me is my dad growing up, and I mean, still to this day says, don't make, what was it? Don't make excuses for failure, make plans
a
for
hoe
success.
into a housewife.
what'd you say?
What?
That's what Lil Wayne said. Lil Wayne said, "Don't turn a hoe into a housewife."
Oh,
No, but don't make excuses for failure, make plans for success. Was something that he would say a lot. So I mean that I've kind of related to, to sports when I was growing up. So I know a loss isn't a loss is a lesson. Um, and don't go into, giving them excuses why you lost, like, oh, I wasn't feeling well, or oh, I was hurting, or, oh, this guy did this, or this guy did that. At the end of the day, take away lessons, why did we lose? Oh, this is why. And stuff like that, or like in life, if you, are struggling or doing something, don't look, take a step back, think why, hey, why am I doing this? And then make that plan to be successful next time. So, I mean, you can kind of put it to anything, and it's something that I take in every day.
I think the best advice that I received is the grass is greener where you water it. And that is meaning that can be applied towards so many different things, but in that instance it was given to me when it was revolving relationship advice. um Grass is greener where you water it, meaning if they don't want to give effort, then that's not, the grass isn't being watered. And if
Block
you're
'em.
and if you're watering the grass and they're not going to water the grass, the lawn's going to go dead eventually. So therefore, the grass is greener where you water it, and that could be applied to so many different things if you really want to think about it and apply it that way. But mine
Can't
was
turn a hoe into a housewife.
um but that was my last question. Do you guys have any questions off the dome? Doesn't have to be as serious as those were.
What's your favorite scary movie? With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I
Oh,
I don't have anything. I don't have any questions to happen.
I think we ended off with a really fun question here, and we asked
yeah, CJ Stroud or
no, I was
CJ Stroud or Joe Burrow.
I was gonna go in a different direction, but
DJ.
Puka Nacua. I was gonna go with the question of what is the largest animal that you think you can take in a fight?
You guys know this. The black bear. I I say this quite often, and I believe it. I'm very confident I could take a black bear.
All right, Jay. How about you
think
explain to the fans exactly why you can take a black bear in a fight?
Okay,
I'm
well,
on the
first
same
of all,
page. Black
a
bear.
black bear is not a grizzly bear. So people thinking, oh, bear, get that out of your head. All right, black bears aren't. I mean, they're decent size, but they're not that big. Secondly, I'm a human. It's a bear. I'm smarter. I'm stronger. I'm better. I'm better.
That could have been
As
you
as
could have
Homelander,
explained it
as
so
Homelander,
much
as
fucking
Homelander
better.
put it, I'm better. But anyways, no, like it's a
If you ain't
bear.
first, you're last.
It's gonna telegraph everything. So if it's gonna try to hit you, you're gonna see it coming, 10 seconds before before it even throws it. All
Yeah,
right.
but
So
it doesn't throw a punch. It's open.
Yeah.
it's mitting you in the
But
face,
it's
and it's
open hand
But for it
with
to hit you, it
claws.
has to come up and then it has to throw it. You're telling me you can't get out of the way by the time it goes.
Justin, what if
You're
it
moving.
What,
I'm moving by then. All right.
what
So
if it gets a hold of you with its mouth?
I'm bait. It's not going to. It's just not. I'm more agile. Anyways, it's gonna go here. Once I see it go stand up to swipe at me, I'm dodging. I'm getting its back, and it's
dude,
a
that
beat.
wingspan. Like you got to realize as well. Like
No, I know. I
if you're
get
not
it.
gonna, if you're gonna be close enough to fight it, you're already agility to the side. You're already within reach to be in that motherfucker's mouth.
You was it going to backhand me after it misses? Just
Maybe
it ain't that quick.
Have you
those things are
have you
quick. Did you ever see them
calculated?
things ran on four legs?
Yeah, okay, they're in a straight line, sure, but left
So
and
if
right.
you so if you're
Have you
if
ever
you're
cons-
like if you're like on the edge of getting like caught or you're trying to dodge it or whatever and you start trying to go, thing's gonna be on your ass.
Okay, let's say it gets me in the arm, bam. I'm still fighting. It's life or death at this point. I'm going in, all right. And
You ever
once
seen Cocaine Bear?
I get its back, it's game over. It's
All right.
it's wraps.
I have the next question along
Yeah.
these lines for Justin.
You said you're drinking a black bear too. So why are you arguing with me right now?
I'm gonna
'Cause
ask
I'm
you both
him.
the- I'm gonna ask you
I'm
both
taking
the
a black
damn
bear too.
question of
You have okay, hold
Do
on,
you
hold on,
guys
hold on,
know
hold on,
how
hold on,
fast
hold
a
on,
black
hold on,
bear
hold on,
can
hold on,
run?
hold on.
Yeah, I know it's fast, but
Have you ever-
I'm saying like parallel.
You're gonna get his back. What are you gonna do when you get his back? You're gonna try to put a bear with a open mouth in a rear naked choke? You're gonna put your damn forearm in his mouth.
Dude, just get under the once you under his neck, under that chin,
Yeah, you got to get under the chin, Brendan. You obviously don't know how rear naked works.
like this. Here's his mouth. You got to get here. Now it can't. It
I'm
can't bite
aware,
you. It can't.
but you are on. So I think you're
How's it gonna hit me?
underestimating how.
It can't do this.
No,
It's a
but I think
bear.
you're underestimating how like girthy of an animal this is. So
No,
you're
I
going to be
know, but
on
I'm
its
squeezing
back.
with my life,
But
dude.
how? But
I'm
yeah,
locked in, the most locked you could ever be in a rear naked choke, and I'm
but to get it in that
squeezing.
position, you have to weave your arm in there. So you have to
No, you
somehow
don't. Look.
see
Here
around.
comes the swipe. You get around that thing, right? Maybe
I'm
he
talking.
gets you in the arm something like that, but then you swing him with the arm, get underneath. Now you're on his back. You get the clamps in. Once the legs are locked, the arms locked, it can't do anything now. I'm holding on for dear life, just until it just.
You're locking legs with a damn tree trunk.
So
I'm locked though, dude. I'm not coming off.
So-
Is he a bull who's trying to buck me off? No.
So
Probably.
I'm gonna put this here for the fans in case they want to know. Humans cannot outrun a bear. They run 30 to 50
35 miles an
Okay.
hour.
My point is though, I'm not. So if I
That's
see a
the
bear,
speed limit
I'm
in a
not,
city.
I'm not running backwards. That's not my plan here.
I'm just
My plan's
saying-
going left and right. A bear cannot be more agile than me. It can maybe run. It can beat me in a straight on race. Sure. Left or right though, if I'm doing a shuttle race against this thing, I'm waxing his. It's not even close. I'm going cone, 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 gone. He can't beat me. It can't do. It can't do that. All right. Side to side, lateral movement. I win.
All right, I'm gonna fight a megalodon
Intelligence. I win.
in the ocean.
I dead ass think that Tyler has said that he can take down a quarter horse.
What is that? A horse?
It's a horse. Yes.
I mean, I don't know how size of those horses, but I don't know. But a black bear, again, not that big, might be faster than me. Lateral, I win. Intelligence, I win.
I'd feel confident. Like I could probably beat a wolf.
You two are on the same wavelength of stupidity.
Or at least like a coyote.
Yeah, wolf's more agile.
Yeah,
What
but
kind of fucking wolf are we talking? here,
Lateral
Brendan?
movement and its tail, like you're.
Brendan, I
A
think you take
werewolf.
coyote.
a werewolf.
I think you can take coyote.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
telling you, if he
wolf-
said black bear, I respect that.
Well, see, the wolf thing, the only thing you have going for you with a black bear is the fact that it makes it, I don't want to say easier, but more fair that it stands on two legs.
That's what I'm saying.
For me to beat a wolf, I would have to knee this motherfucker in the head.
Yeah, you're not
to
getting
even
wolf
get a
back. That's the
chance.
thing. Like you're gonna have to.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
No, it's too. The lateral movement of the wolf's faster than your lateral movement.
How do you know?
So you're gonna have
That-
to probably just throw a hook and hope you knock its lights out.
Good thing I got a beauty of
So,
right.
so I asked Dylan this weekend while I was at home, and Dylan's answer was that he could take down a puma.
No, hell no. I'm sorry.
He's tripping
Nope.
for that.
You know how
Dylan?
you know how athletic a puma is?
You guys are
I don't
talking
even-
he's tripping. Motherfucker just said a wolf and you said a black bear.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay, but here's the
you
thing.
You all
I
are on
don't-
the same
A
fucking
pu- no,
planet.
no,
no,
no.
no, no,
A puma is extremely athletic.
I don't even want to
Black
see a
bear is
puma
not
in the
that athletic.
wild, let alone fight it. A black bear, I would like. I'm not saying I would want to fight a black bear or want to fight a wolf, but if it came down to it where I'm face to face with both of them in the wild, I'm standing my ground, and it would probably lead to them backing down.
See, if
Would
you're
I
in the
beat them
wild,
in a
though, the
fight?
chances are you're not just with one wolf. There's
Yeah, I
multiple
was
around
about to
you.
say that. And
Fuck
the
a wolf
chance-
pack.
in the wild,
Dude, Liam Neeson couldn't take a wolf pack. No way in hell you're taking a wolf pack.
Fuck
A
Liam
wolf-
Neeson.
oh, and a wolf in the wild, Brendan, I don't have good high hopes for.
I'm
it.
saying in the octagon, me and a black bear, I come out of that cage. The black bear does not.
You're on some fucking. Oh my. You're on some fucking Uncle Danny shit.
I'm not scared. If someone said a panther or a puma,
A
you're
puma's fucking outrageous.
That's
Your
what I'm
brother
saying. Yeah, they're extremely athletic.
He either said a puma or a bobcat. I know they're similar, but they are different.
A
But
bobcat sure gets a little smaller.
he said one of the two, but,
But dude,
either
those-
way.
But that's the thing. The biggest thing you have to worry about with a bear. See, but dude, that's the thing though. A puma and a bobcat, you got to worry about them getting their mouth on you.
The reflexes of them are
But that's what I'm
absurd, dude.
saying.
You're
But
not
their
going to get
paws
their back.
are quick, dude. They'll slice your fucking calf 3 inches deep.
Yeah,
with one
bobcat.
swipe.
I'm confident in a bobcat because they're not that big. I'm
You're
I'm
out of your
feeling-
damn mind.
A bobcat's not that big. I'm
There's
just,
there's no cat. You're
I'm throwing-
tripping. There's
I'm letting
no
that bite me in the arm, right?
animal.
It's gonna think it's doing something.
You're letting. I'm gonna give my arm a bait, and while
Mm.
it's just gnawing my arm,
It's life or death, dude. You're set in. Your adrenaline's so high. Yeah, you're feeling it, but it's not that bad. Okay, how if you came down to life or death, how are you beating a bobcat? That's
I'm sure
the
as
only-
fuck not
that's-
giving my arm as bait and letting it tee off.
That is the only answer.
Shut the
dude.
fuck up. Here, kitty.
Because if you let it do anything
No.
else, it's gonna tear you up here. It might get your face. It might get there. You're not
You
gonna.
have a better chance at.
You have to just grab that thing, dude, and just.
That's what I'm saying. You have a better chance at trying to intimidate it rather than just.
No,
Like,
dude, you're in an
parakeeting it out
octagon.
here,
It's
just-
life or death. One of you come out alive. The other one does not.
It's like you're locked in the fucking car and Talladega Nights with that fucking puma.
That's just how it goes. And I think, no, to be honest, bobcat, I take it back. This is not being a bobcat. It jumps at me. I'm grabbing it, and I'm just two hands strangling that thing, dude. Just.
This dude thinks it's a fucking house cat.
I think that's how it's going. But
This thing
Who?
weighs 150 fucking pounds, and you're just gonna lift it up like.
hey, I curl that.
Shut the hell up.
Let's get the specs on a bobcat here.
Puma, no, that's not happening. Black bear, I'm
A
taking.
puma. That's insane to me that Dylan's first. It was Dylan, yeah.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that. I told you, I'm taking a bobcat.
You know what?
It's insane to me that Dylan's first choice
Look up a puma now.
is a fucking
No way he's
puma.
taking a puma. Yeah,
What,
bobcat's
like-
only 15 to 30 pounds. I'm taking that thing and just.
You said it's only
They're really
15 to
that big
30
difference?
pounds?
Yes.
I really didn't think that they were that.
That's
size
basically
difference.
a panther. Is what a puma is. It's like just basically like a.
Pumas are massive.
Yeah.
Pumas are between 115 and 220 pounds. A bobcat is 15 to 30 pounds.
Damn, I'm taking a bobcat, puma. No way. I'm probably dying.
Yeah,
Black
well,
bear, I'm taking a black bear. Black bear is
Dude,
the animal I could take.
your brother did not look at that.
I can't even see that. He might have said a bobcat.
Your
I
brother
said-
did not look at that
He
and say,
said
"Yeah, I
one
can
of the
take that."
two.
That's
He
a
said one of
stone
the two.
cold killer.
He definitely said one of the two.
Bro, look at that. Look at how that thing's getting down, bro.
Then they're so
That
athletic.
that thing coming after you.
It's out lateraling you. It's out jumping you. It's outrunning you.
A bobcat has a 55-inch vertical leap.
Yeah, and it jumps. I'm just, dude.
Dude, you want to know one thing though? We ain't taking a Komodo dragon.
No, one bite and you're dead.
Those things can do it. You this what you fighting?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's
That's
get.
John Jones.
Look how slow he looks, dude. He ain't moving left and right.
Dude, that
yes.
thing looks like it's eaten 3 of you in its lifetime.
Look how dumb he looks, dude. He looks.
Okay, yeah, this does look like a dumb motherfucker right there. You're trying to beat his ass.
Exactly. You ever seen that video that do the punches the kangaroo?
That's different though. That's a kangaroo. I'd beat the fuck out
That's
of a
what I'm saying, that's-
kangaroo.
You beat the fuck out of a kangaroo.
Look at the black bear though.
Oh, I would fight a kangaroo.
He's gonna sit there and look at me, and by the time it's in me too late, I'm wrapped around, clamped in. It's over.
Are you fighting a male or female black bear?
Black bear, pound for pound.
Male or female?
I don't care.
A male, you're looking at least at bare minimum and probably about an 85-pound weight difference
That's fine.
at bare minimum.
85's nothing.
I would almost
Dude, look,
hear me
bruh,
out.
bruh.
Hear me out.
6 foot tall, 600 pounds.
Is the max for a
Yeah.
black bear?
But I'm saying pound for pound, closest to me, I'm taking it.
But these things, like, you don't understand. These things are like, this isn't like a human that's just a fat ass, like, that can't move.
I mean, they go out and hunt every day.
Yeah, like these
I mean,
things
they're
are
hunting
adapted
animals.
to this. Like these things aren't on a freaking a Big Mac a day diet, like an
Yeah,
overweight
but they
human.
haven't fought a human.
You're out of your damn
Hand-to-hand
mind.
combat, I'm not fighting a bear. I'm telling you this right now.
I am piecing one up. I am piecing a black bear to smithereens.
Boys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have zero idea of what animal I would.
I'm-
willingly fight
Don't
life
eat a
or death.
fish.
I don't know.
Put me in a Habib fighting camp, and it's wraps. It's over.
You're insane. You're actually insane.
You said black bear too.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Brady.
I
You
wouldn't.
said a
That's not
fucking
my
lion.
go-to, but I
What's
would.
the biggest animal? That's the biggest animal.
The biggest-
obviously, a black bear is not my go-to,
The biggest animal you think you can take in a fight?
but I think it's the biggest one I can take. No, I can't beat a moose. No way.
I was about to say that. I was gonna bring up a moose. Anybody taking a deer?
I'd take a doe.
I'm breaking a deer's leg. I think that's like a long way you can go at it. You gotta break one leg and then you just go for the antlers and just control its neck. with
You
the-
know, I would. Nah, there's no fighting a buck. That thing punctures your lungs, dude. You're fucked.
I ain't fighting a buck. Clip that.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no.
I ain't fighting a buck.
I'm saying like you go at its leg, right?
You go at its legs, and that thing is gonna, bruh. I'm not even.
Okay, how would you take it? I'm just trying to like think of
I'm
how I
not.
take a deer.
There is no. I would fight a black bear before I fight a buck.
I'm insane, but I'm saying let's
Have you
say
seen? But
let's
how-
say you're in a cage right now, locked in octagon with a deer. What is your approach?
I'll
Obviously,
Hitler. I'll
you have
sign
to
it.
have an approach because you're fighting it. You
I'm
either die or you live.
You walk it down like Ilya walked down Volk. That's
You're
what
giving
you
up.
Hell
do.
no.
You're just
You
letting it.
walk that motherfucking down.
Yeah.
You're just giving up. You're just going to your
Leg
knees and
kick,
letting
baby.
it just.
Leg
Dude, that
kicks,
thing's
baby.
gonna freaking Jason Voorhees your ass. That's like a. You okay? So
You're
have
not going to put up a fight.
you
You're
seen
not going
Bucks
to put up a
fight?
fight.
You
Are
seen
we
Bucks
talking?
fight,
Are we
yeah?
still talking about a buck?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about a dog?
So when Bucks go at each other,
oh yeah, they come out
They-
at full speed, bud.
I know.
but they lower their heads into. So when you try to double leg this motherfucker, it's gonna be coming at you the same as if you were another buck. So you're going down like this. You're gonna catch a stray to your neck if you're lucky.
Okay, but
And then you're gonna
I
get
can't
through
go.
the-
I can't
through
go
the
high
head.
at it because now it's gonna hit me. The antlers are gonna get me somewhere here, and it might
That's what I'm
get.
saying.
it
You're gonna
might
puncture
get an
your
organ.
lung. And
It
you're
might-
gonna bleed out.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like you have to go low. I feel like that's the only option.
I would.
You got to start low.
I would have a cyanide pill and I would swallow that joint.
No, nothing, dude. No weapons, no nothing. You're just fist in a cage, buck. What are you doing?
I'm not. I'm just not.
Brendan's gonna give it his best effort.
Alright, I'm
but
just
he's,
thinking,
he's a betting man. He's gonna
I'm
put.
gonna give it my
you
best
take a
effort
buck.
to not piss it off and hope that I can
or
just
maybe I
sit there.
dude, I got it. Jorge Masvidal it. I time it up, come in with the flying knee, and hopefully it lands.
Yeah, and take a fucking antlers to the
But-
dick.
Dude, if I could like
if you catch it right,
now that you,
you can
now
get
that you
it.
say that, if I could go in with like an apple, I go in, I'm like, and now I lure it in, and I'm there, and I see its temple, and I have one shot, like my best right hook from hell. Because you're just gonna piss it off if you could you imagine you're sitting there and you try to knee it, like you just sit there and it's just all pissed. You were just sitting there feeding it. Now he's like, what the fuck, dude? No, yeah, I don't know. I would never. I probably wouldn't even do that for money. I would fight a bear for money.
Yeah,
I
I fight a
wouldn't.
black bear my size for money.
Yeah. But I wouldn't fight a buck for money.
That's what I'm saying. I bear. I'm locking in my answer. Black bear, biggest animal I can take.
Is a human a cop out answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you fight a monkey?
Depends on
Dude, yeah,
depends
stop
depends
it.
on the monkey.
Stop, dude. It's gonna
Depends.
murder you.
Brendan, you need to stop. It depends. It depends. An orangutan, a gorilla? Hell no. A chimpanzee? Hell no.
Yeah, maybe a
A-
finger monkey.
A baboon?
No,
Absolutely fucking
you're
not.
taking a finger monkey. That's the only monkey
Hold
you
up.
can take.
Let me get. Give me a second. There's definitely got to be a monkey a bit small enough where I could just smother it, right?
No. No, there's not.
You'd smother that one.
Maybe a lemur. But I want to say lemur's a marsupial.
A what?
What'd you just fucking say to me?
A marsupial?
All right.
Or is it a monkey? It's down at the bottom, I think.
Oh, yeah. The fucking King George dude off the fucking
You know how vicious?
You telling me I couldn't take a little Emperor Tamarine?
You know how vicious monkeys are, though, dude? They go for your eyes. You know that, right?
Monkeys
You
tear
smother
off
'em
the
fast
faces
enough,
of
bro.
their own owners.
Yeah.
Are we
they go-
legitimately talking about how vicious a fucking monkey is right now after you two just said that you
But
guys
they're
would take
smart.
a fucking
They
black
they
bear?
go for your face and your fingers and your eyes. A black bear is just gonna try to just scrap.
Did you
A
see
monkey is gonna be intelligent about it and actually go for the things I need.
Your Willie?
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, that picture of that black bear I showed you did look like he was pretty fucking stupid.
It would just try to scrap, and I'm telling you, I'm outsmarting it.
It reminds me of the dude from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Which one, Ed, or Eddie?
I don't
wanna
remember, but
say
he was a
that-
big stupid guy.
I want to say that was Eddie with a Y.
It probably was. That sounds like an
Because
Eddie.
Ed was the little short one. Eddie with the IE was the one with the little black, stupid ass looking hat.
That was like
and
a
then-
girl. I thought it was
Yeah.
a girl.
So did I for the longest time. But I believe Eddie with a Y is the motherfucker that carried around Plank all the
They're
time.
not Ed.
Yeah. It was a dude that had blank.
But
Oh my.
Dude, I couldn't off the top of my head tell you an animal that I would willingly life or death fight. Sure in hell ain't gonna be no fucking bear. I can tell you that.
I'm telling you right now, if we saw one in Tennessee, I was scrapping.
Would you fight a python?
Yeah.
No, I would
You're
run as
tripping.
fast as I fucking could
tripping.
and hope to God it wouldn't catch me.
What are you gonna do to a python? Nothing.
What do you mean?
What I mean what I said. What the fuck are you gonna do to a damn python?
Grab it right behind its head.
You're
then
out of your
what?
damn mind. Those things
And
can
what?
extract.
And then what?
Those things
Yeah,
extract
what are you
their
gonna do
jaws.
Banging his head on.
He Conor McGregor is TKO hammer fist him.
I was thinking his
Oh
head started
my
banging it on
gosh.
side of the cage or something like that. I don't.
Boys, I'm telling you right now, a snake crawls.
It don't got arm, it don't got arms or legs.
Then start swinging it around like a fucking lasso.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Those things extract their jaws wide enough to eat
I get that. Hey,
alligators.
you get behind his head.
Bruh.
It don't got arms. It don't got legs.
I'm telling you this right now, I ain't taking no snake at all.
I do not fuck with snakes in the slightest bit.
Snakes are my. If I had to pick one animal that I was most afraid of, it's a snake. Hands down, over any
It's
other.
just because you don't
And
know
You're
what
telling me
they're.
you're walking outside, right? Just
Yes.
you see a snake.
Whatever animal that you say to me right now,
You're
snake.
scared.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
just walking outside. Blah blah blah.
Yes. Yes.
Panther.
Yes.
If I see a
I'm not running a
panther,
snake. A panther is that's instant death.
if I see a panther outside, I would
First
probably
off,
be
where
like,
the fuck am I living at?
I'm just saying you're outside.
Africa. You're in
I ain't
Africa,
living
and
in
all
the
you
middle
have
of
is a
fucking
machete.
remote ass Asia.
Okay, now that is another thing
You
though.
said you
Too.
said any animal.
If I am in the freaking favela, and I see a snake, I'm in the favela, so chances are good I'm probably trotting around with some sandals on and a machete in my hand. I will chop him up, but I can't chop up a damn panther. But I'll chop up a snake.
I'm telling you right now, snakes are
And you cannot run a snake.
my
Well-
biggest fear when it comes to animals.
You ever seen some of them things get after it?
You're outrunning a snake.
Maybe. That's what
No,
you'd
you
like
aren't.
to think.
You're outrunning a snake.
Was the last time you seen my big ass run?
That is good fair judgment. I haven't seen him run in a minute.
No intro
Nah,
combo.
Dude, we
Yeah,
do a
I-
combo?
I hit that Jameis Winston time, 4.58.
I'm telling you this right
Bench
now.
press,
I ain't been
40,
shit. I'm gonna have
burst.
0 reps.
shuttle.
I will 100% have 0 reps on 225. 100%. You don't even have to fucking measure it.
We'll do 135.
Dude, I don't bench press like that.
You gonna learn today. All right, boys.
Let's hit some shout outs here real quick before we get finish up here. Brendan,
The shirt came in. I was gonna shout out good old Papa Steve himself from the
Baker
Stevens
Mayfield.
Ranch. Shirt's fire. All right, I guess we can shout out Baker too. Baker and Stevenson Ranch collab here. Shout out Baker Mayfield. He's gonna do big things next year. I know he's not on the Bucks, but wherever he goes, he's gonna do big things. And Stevens Ranch is always doing big things. So shout out to the boys.
Yeah.
You ready?
I would like to shout out my mother.
see, I should probably do the
Thanks,
same.
Mom. Thanks for watching the
I
pods.
I should probably do the same, but because Brendan already said it, I'll look like a cop out, and I'm not gonna do that.
No, do it. Thank
Mm.
your mother now. have to.
Thank you, Mom, for producing me and everything else.
Thank you for that wonderful night 27 years ago,
um,
24 years ago.
but my shout out is going to be See, normally I have them on the top of my head. Today I don't.
Our fluked guest.
No. I'm going to shout out Tyler for
Homie Paddock, they be asking where's Sean at.
I talked to him yesterday.
Swell guy.
Can't wait to have
You got a
him
song dropping tomorrow.
on. Yeah. It's
Friday.
called
I mean.
GTA. He's on
Yeah.
the feature.
Yep.
Probably gonna be fire. But yeah, I'm gonna shout out Tyler. Hope he feels better. I
He's
know
not gonna watch this.
No, he's not. But that's okay. That's okay. Everyone else knows that I shouted him out. And you know what? I'm gonna shout out Hypervision.
They're the ops.
Are they?
Nah.
But yeah.
All I'm saying
Okay.
too is it's February. We are approaching Beer Olympics
Have we set a date for that?
in a few months. We
Was-
had not, but we need to.
I'm ready. I'm
I,
ready.
I thought that was gonna be like a June.
Let's
thing.
save that for next episode. We'll talk about that next episode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I just want to say it's almost February,
But
and the bus with the boys were talking about theirs, so I was like, it's almost that time. I'm getting excited.
Oh, we're getting
Yeah.
there.
we might have to get into that next episode.
The show.
But yeah, thanks for watching. It's
Yeah,
been-
Bye.
it's been
Actually,
episode 7 and
6.
6 should be 7, but you know, people out here playing fucking games.
Oh, you can push that.
Let's say go follow us on all of our socials. Like the video on YouTube and share it around to all your other friends and family, man.
And give us $1 million.
Nah, you don't have to do that. But let's get those views up, baby. So spread
Bye.
it around to everybody you know.
That's what she said.